Assalamu alaikum. A very good morning to my dear students. Welcome back to your physics class again, and this is your physics teacher again from United Public School. So my dear students, in our last class we have completed our chapter 1, right? And in our today's class we will start our chapter 2, that is chemical equation. The name of the chapter 2 is chemical equation, right? So we have discussed in the previous classes. You have previous classes in the sense you are in 10th class right now, right? So in your 9th or 8th class you have studied about this. What that is? See, let us see different changes that occurred around us, and we have classified those changes into physical and chemical changes. So in our daily life we will observe different types of changes, right? So according to that, depending on the changes, we have classified those changes into two types, that is physical changes and chemical changes. As you can see here, changes are in our daily life classified into two: physical changes and chemical changes. I underline the words, the important words. By that you can understand the terms, you can focus on the terms, okay? And the definition of physical change means already you may have known, but let us just recall it. A physical reaction occurs when molecules undergo a molecular rearrangement to produce physical change, which means molecules which is already in is in arrangement, it will again undergo rearrangement. Rearrangement in the sense it is already in arrangement, it will again undergo rearrangement to produce a chemical change, to produce a physical change. To produce something changes, it undergo a rearrangement reaction, so that is called physical change. So what is chemical change? The name itself indicating that it involves in chemical reaction. In a chemical changes, a chemical reaction take place, right? So definition of it: chemical reaction is a process in which new substances with new properties are formed. So what is here chemical reaction means? It is a process, it is a step-by-step process in which a new substances will form with new properties. With new substances with new properties in the sense new character substances will be formed. So here new substances will form, but whereas here in physical changes no new substances are formed, and it is irreversible. Once the changes occur in chemical reaction, right, so it will not again come in its original state. So it is irreversible, which means it can't be reversed. So here we have an example, that is hydrogen and oxygen. This hydrogen and oxygen are the gases, right? These two combine to form in the chemical reaction to form water. Water is a molecule, right? So as I said, new substances prepared by the reaction. So here gases combine to form new substances, that is with new character. It is gas and it is water. It is opposite to this. So new product is formed, right? And another example is sodium chloride. Sodium when react with chloride, it produces sodium chloride. Same. Okay, new substances are forming. So in your daily life there is some changes, chemical changes you can observe. That is, for example, the process of digestion. The process of digestion also, when we eat something, the process of digestion will changes. As you can see in this picture, when you eat, here chemical digestion of carbohydrate occur over this area, and in this area chemical reaction of proteins and fats occur over here, and in this area chemical reaction of carbohydrate, fats, polypeptide and nucleotide occurs. So in the process of digestion there are many types of reaction occurring. And next one is burning of crackers. As you can see over here, when the crackers are burning, the different crackers giving rise to different reaction. Here chromium, beryllium, lithium, sodium, copper, calcium, right? And the next, the process of respiration. In respiration process in plant, what happened? The carbon dioxide and water, they combine. The plant take carbon dioxide and water, they combine, and they do some chemical reaction, and they give rise to carbohydrate and oxygen. Here is our carbon dioxide and water combine to form carbohydrate and oxygen. These in place of plant respiration. Whereas in animal respiration, what happened? Glucose. As you can see over here, glucose combined with carbon dioxide to form carbon dioxide and water, and it releases ATP molecules for the energy purpose. ATP molecule for energy purpose. So what is the next changes in which we see in our daily life? That is ripening of the mango or the vegetables, any other vegetables. Ripening in the sense पकना. So vegetables और fruits कैसे बनते? पहले flower बनते, फिर fruits बनते, फिर वो पक के अच्छा बन जाते, ठीक है? तो कैसा पकते? So ऐसे धीरे धीरे वो पक जाते. Ripening of tomato or any other vegetables or fruits. So these changes also we can see in our daily life, right? So these changes are also involve chemical reaction like this. Green tomato red tomato में पक के change हो गया. So in this also chemical reaction occurs. And the last one is exposing iron nail to moisture in air for long period. For example, if you have any iron, it will expose to moisture, then it will change, right? Change and become rust, as you can see in this figure, right? Here is our iron, and जब पानी इसके ऊपर गिरता वो खराब हो जाता, जंग पड़ जाता बोलते ना, right? Not only in iron materials, it also takes place in bicycle chain में भी जंग पड़ जाता, right? So all the iron materials जिसमें भी रहता उस सब में जंग पड़ जाता. तो the rusting is nothing but जंग पड़ना. So iron, when iron is exposure to moisture, that is water containing, it will become rust, means खराब हो जाना, spoil हो जाना. So these are some of the changes you will observe in our daily life, right? So here some questions are arising. What changes do you notice, or the physical changes or the chemical changes, or they are temporary changes or the permanent changes? See, in all the above process, the nature of the original substances, which means the properties of original substances will be changed. If new substances are formed with new properties completely unlike to those or the original substances, okay, we said that the chemical changes are taking place, right? So the new substances are forming, which means they are completely changing, they are showing another nature. That changes was not their nature, right? So they are showing another property. So they are losing their originality. So they are losing the original substances and creating new ones. So it is new substances, forming new substances, which means chemical changes are taking place. So now let us do our activity 1. Okay, in this what we have to do, we have to take 1 gram of lime is nothing but calcium oxide. In a beaker we have to take 1 gram of lime, and 10 ml of water we have to add in. Okay, then what you will notice, by the addition of water to the calcium oxide, the beaker become hot, right? You have to touch your fingers by the beaker. You have to touch the beaker by your fingers, then you will observe that beaker become hot. The reason is why. So the reason is the calcium oxide reacts with water. When it reacts with water, it liberates heat, it reduces heat, right? So when calcium oxide is reduced in water, it dissolves in water, which means उसमें घुल जाता वो और heat produce करता. So the test of the nature solution is litmus paper, which means we have to test by taking a litmus paper, a small paper. We have to test by putting on, this is a beaker, and we have to place a paper over here, and we have to test. Then the color of the red litmus paper will be changed into blue color, which means changes are occurring and it liberating heat. So what I said in activity 1, the calcium is adding in this is the lime. In this beaker we have lime, which is calcium oxide, and we have to add water in it. Then we have to add a water in it. Then what happened? After addition of lime in the water, with the water, again we have to add water. Then what happened? The beaker become hot. We have to touch it by our fingers and we have to test it. It become hot, which means liberation of heat occurring. So it also a chemical reaction. So then after heating up, what we have to do, we have to dip litmus paper in this solution. Then it become blue in color, which means heat. It become heat. We conclude that the solution obtained is a basic solution. It is basic in nature. And do our second activity, that is we have to take 100 grams of water in a beaker and add small quantity of sodium sulfate, that is Na2SO4, right? So after adding that, take about 100 grams of water solution in another beaker, and we have to add a small quantity of barium chloride. In one solution, in one beaker we have to add sodium sulfate, and in another beaker we have to add barium chloride, right? And we have to observe the both beakers. Then what you will observe, let us see. This is our one beaker. We are adding 10 grams of water to it and adding sodium sulfate, that is Na2SO4, as I said in activity 2, and we have to stir it. And in the another beaker we have to add water, 100 grams of water, and barium chloride, that is BaCl2. ठीक है, two beakers we have to prepare and stir it nicely. So we prepare two beakers, right? After that what we have to do, we have to add these two solution in one beaker. Right over here the sodium chloride we have to add, and the barium chloride we have added in one beaker. We will get a white precipitate of barium sulfate. The color also changes, right? Which means it has become changed. White precipitate is coming over here, which means thick solution is forming. See, the reaction is going on and it become thick solution. So by this we have completed our activity 2. So here is our activity 3. In activity 3 what you have to do, we have to take a flask, and in that we have to take zinc granules, means pieces of zinc granules we have to take in conical flask, and we have to add 20 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid. And then what you will observe, notice over here, now keep burning matchstick near the mouth of the chlorine flask. The burning matchstick we have to place near the conical of the flask, mouth of the conical of the flask, right? Then what you will observe, the burning will get disappear. So the fire is disappear. Why? Because it releases H2 gas, which means it becoming in this chemical reaction is occurring, and it becomes it liberates H2 gas. This H2 gas make the flame off, right? So this is the formation of hydrogen gas by the action of dilute HCl on zinc and testing of H2 gas. By this we have completed our activity 3. Student, let me correct myself. In activity 1 basic solutions occur, which means basic reaction taking place, but in activity 3 chemical changes occur, so the chemical reaction is taking place in activity 3, right? Which means these two activities are different. And students, today's homework was do your activity assignment. Your today's assignment was do your activity 3 and draw the diagram. Okay, just draw the diagram and do your activity 3, and formation of hydrogen gas by the action of dilute HCl on zinc and test of H2 gas. So this is your homeworks of today's class, right? Okay, thank you students, have a nice day.